Hi, I'm Victoria Weather Meteorologist Brian Henning with a look at Augusta, Georgia for today's forecast. I already recorded this forecast once, so if I talk fast it's because I know what I'm going to say. I accidentally recorded it with the microphone off, so there's a all image version of it. And what a beautiful image it is. This is downtown Augusta with the SunTrust building in the foreground there with some nice, lovely greenery. But the lovely greenery that most people attribute to Augusta is at the Masters course. Augusta National, I believe, is the name of the golf course. That's where the Masters tournament is held, and it will be in the first weekend of April, the first full weekend of April. So I think that's the 9th and 10th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And that's where the best golfers in the world all get together and play around, and it's really a good kickoff to spring and summer, and it's a positive sign that the weather is turning more favorable for fans of spring and summer like myself. So that's where we are. We're going to the border of South Carolina and Georgia. I moved the map because I already recorded this. So I'll highlight where Augusta is right there. It's right about halfway up the border between South Carolina and Georgia. It's 64 right now. They are the only site in the area that's reporting any clouds. It's a mid-level overcast, about 6,000 feet. So that's why some of those sites aren't reporting it as well, because they're automatic sensors that they just don't record up that high into the sky. So there are a few thin clouds across the region, just passing in front of the moon, not really threatening with rain or anything like that, just kind of giving you a little ambiance if you're in South Georgia or downstate South Carolina. And we can look at the satellite and see that there is the remnants of this cold front. It's set up through North Florida right now with a few trailing clouds. This feature out here in the Atlantic is more where the actual cold front is, with just a little bit of post-frontal troughing bringing those clouds to Georgia. But behind it, it's all high pressure. It's a bit chilly on the high pressure side, especially up in New England. But it is going to bring temperatures down tomorrow. It got up into the mid-upper 70s today in Augusta. But tomorrow, it'll be in the 60s. So it's not going to be a polar plunge, but it's going to be a little bit on the cool side, especially compared to today. But you can see over the next, this is through 30 hours, so and this is going to take us all the way through the forecast period. You can see the tail end of this big area of high pressure that's shifted out to the Atlantic is still going to remain in place over the Carolinas and Georgia no matter what model you look at. So that's good news. It's going to be free and clear for our forecast location of Augusta, Georgia. And one thing I'll note, there is a little bit of a development over the plains, and that thin line of showers and thunderstorms. At this point, this is going to be Friday evening. It'll be producing showers and storms from central Missouri down towards Houston. Some of those storms could be severe. It's going to be warm enough. We're getting into that time of year. There's going to be enough turning in the atmosphere that some of those storms could be a little bit on the exciting side. So it's something that we're going to have to start paying a little bit more close attention to. These systems like this, these wound up low areas of low pressure, in the winter, they produce a lot of rain, a lot of snow, so there's a lot of green on the models. It takes a little bit more energy to produce thunderstorms, so model output isn't as impressive unless it's very sure of a lot of rain. So you kind of have to look more at the dynamics than just the raw precip output from the models. And this system definitely looks like something that could cause a few problems, say at Little Rock or Shreveport or that type of location. But once again, no problems in Augusta, Georgia, which is why we're here in the first place. So let's take a look at the temperature forecast. So we're at the point of the year where we're seeing more daylight than moonlight. That's what happened when we reached the equinox on the 21st. We've got longer days than we do nights. So I think that's going to work to the advantage of Augusta. So we've got forecast temperatures in the upper 50s for tomorrow, according to the GFS and the NAM. But the shorter range wrap model, that green line, takes it all the way up to 65. I think that's a little ambitious, but I do like the opportunity that all that extra sunlight is going to provide. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do pop above 60 tomorrow in Augusta. With a couple days of sunlight, the forecast takes the temperatures all the way up to the upper 60s, and that's just the models. And again, I am a little bit more optimistic on where the temperatures are going to go, so I wouldn't be surprised if Augusta pops up above 70, given 2 days of sunlight. So that's not a bad way to end the week, if we're being honest, despite being behind a cold front. But there's high pressure in place, and things are looking good. I hope you enjoyed that forecast. I will be posting the actual forecast numbers that we're going to go with on the site at victoriaweather.com, as well as all of the our competitors' forecasts, just so you can compare and contrast, and hopefully we'll come out the best. I hope you enjoyed the video and visit the site. I am Victoria Weather Meteorologist Ryan Henning.